We actually were managed to finish the special episode of the Dual Destinies. So we're going over to Spirit of Justice. I like this game. I'm good. I'm out of school at the moment because I'm sick. Fair enough. Yeah, the chat. I have been sitting here trying to figure out why I can't connect to my own chat. And sometimes when people try to talk to me, it doesn't even show up behind me on the board or in my own chat. So there might be times when if you don't see anything behind me on the chat board, I might not even be able to see your chat at all because for some reason Twitch doesn't allow me to connect to my own chat. So I can't really say what's gonna be happening today, but yeah, that just happened in the beginning of the goddamn stream. Also, I realized something. There's been a meme about a clown with balloons. I completely misremembered which game it came from. I thought it was Dual Destinies. It is not. This is this game. And I think it's the second chapter. Or is it... No! I think it's the fourth. You know what? Let's go into the game, because I really enjoyed this game and I want to play this. Nice! 4 years, 8 months, and 9 days, and 22 hours. I love the going all the way to even, like, how many hours ago? 22 hours, so 2 more hours and 24. So I would say around 7. You follow me around 7 in the evening. Also, I'm gonna get myself something to drink. I have something to drink, I'm just gonna pour it up. Yes, they have, but the funny part is it came from this game, which is years old. And then apparently started recently. Wow, that was loud.
Lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery.
Peaceful?
The kingdom of
It looked broken.
But now, the flames of
Hold on.
revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Okay, this was originally released 2016, 3DS. That's when this was released, and I know like the whole clown thing popped up like last year or this year. So I do love that people are very like late with, oh, there's a clown that looks like this. Here in Kurain, Jesus. After death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. And Priestess can commune with the spirits of the dead. Hello there! I could hear it. I can't see the chat again. I don't know if there is something wrong. Welcome! I don't see an update for that here, so I don't know what happened. Who said hello? Oof. The splight on my soul. Okay, I gonna... Ah, Robbie. Yeah, basically, for some reason that didn't pop up. Yeah, I just said hello, but most of the time it does pop up to chat. But yeah, chat is being a bit buggy right now for some reason. And yeah, what's up, Kenny? But yeah, this game is originally from 2016. 2 years before. April 23rd. Like 1 day before my birthday. Oh, I was like, wait, what do you mean by April 23rd? I just looked at the screen like, oh, right. Nice. I am born in May. What was I talking about? But yeah, 2016 was this made, 1 year before the Switch came out. And that basically means it's 2014, so it is 7 years ago. Yeah, sure. I just remember I had to do voices. I didn't do voice for that guy because, I don't know, I was talking to you, I was thinking of chat, and I didn't realize what happened here. What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. Just look at this place. What is going on with the ox's head over there? Do you see that? Does it even have a neck? And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Wow. And an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Oh, excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like that. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh! Yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. I just realized how many times have I needed to make a young boy voice? I don't think I've really needed to do that in this game, have I? Oops, hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you... That's right. I'll be Urgid. At your service. How the hell am I surprised to pronounce my own name? I'm a monk in training at the Temple. I'm gonna call it Temple. And I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Happy what now? Happy. That's how we greet people here in Kurain. I'm gonna have so much issues trying to even pronounce shit in here. Do understand that we are now... Oh, wait, hold on, what's going on here? Wait, what's going on here? Now is asking me a question with only a question mark. Oh. I just also saw... Oh, hold on. I just saw the DM Gani here. Hold on, I'm gonna just... There we go. What? Question mark? Why did you do question mark? Hold on, let me just check shit on Twitch's end. I don't think I've missed anything. No one has DM'd me. Has anyone DM'd me? Wait, hold on, let me just check. I just realized that was very like empty on Twitch side, so I thought like it might be there. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Wait, what? Why am I still on Satisfactory? Why does it say that Satisfactory is still running? Hold on, let me check something here. I played it before. For some reason, Satisfactory is still running, but I turned it off. Is that why everything is just... No, it cannot be. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really give you a good advice, because I was as well, but that was mostly when I got panicked and stuff. But I can definitely understand it's really hard to do this. It's really hard to learn things like that and like doing things like that. I did it with a thing I wanted and tried out the best I could, and yeah, I learned that this wasn't really anything for me, but I really wanted to try anyway. But why did now send me a question mark? Hold on. Like, I know that Monkey yesterday sent me something, but I was about to miss D&D. I technically missed a lot of the D&D, but... Am I missing something here, or am I just tweaking? Now, why did you send me a question mark out of this blue with no context? Are they I'm gonna check Twitch here first before I continue this. Something is going on here on I don't know what end, whose end, or my rear end. Where? I don't think now is live. Oh, now it's not live. Why did now send me a question mark in DM? There we go. I'm gonna try to keep Discord somewhere. Not the easiest to read DMs now, but I do absolutely want to care about all of you people, so that I do read DMs now and then in the middle of stream as well. It's like hello or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Aberaki. Aberaki. I might just pronounce it completely wrong. I'm not even gonna try pronounce it right because I'm gonna fuck that up completely. Putting my drink over that side so it's a bit more open here. My name is Phoenix Wright. I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. I am not gonna lie, I thought the top of his hat was... the top of his hair was at the top of his hat. He is wearing a big-ass ring on his head. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the Kingdom of Kurain, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you. That actually looks tasty. To celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Kurainese sweet bun. It's called Magathaman or soul bun. It's shaped like a Magatama. It's yummy. It'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. Does that mean it's poisoned or something? That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That will be 20 damas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, just so let me know if you ever want any more. That means it's actually pretty good, especially if it doesn't spoil. Because if it doesn't spoil, that means you can just walk around with them. So I'm guessing it's a... welcome committee? Not like a... like the whole grand welcome committee, but basically it kind of works like it or something. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Damn. Whoops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come to see you for a few days yet. Yeah, so... I was about, like, not say too much about that. But, yeah, that is why we are here. We're not here to work. We're not here to do some extraordinary thing. We're here to actually visit an old friend from about, I don't know, 8 years ago. I know it was like 8 years ago in the second game. 7 years ago in the first game, so I would say around 9 years ago. Which is Maya. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I'm glad to hear she's in good spirit. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. Albin, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Ah, shucks, she said that? Oh, Jesus, that explains why it took some time for you to read, to write that. I just saw that. There's no... Because it is in DM, I'm not gonna read it loud. Yeah, you don't have to worry about your rambling and stuff. Because you used to call it rambling. Like, I have been through stuff like this. I talked with my when I lived alone, I talked with my parents a lot, at least like once a week, or at least, I don't know, 2-3 times a week. So I absolutely understand how you feel, because I didn't really have that much friends down there. I learned to know some people in my class, but I don't know, there was like so many things that they'd like to do something, they did this, they did that. I was like, I don't know, I didn't really like stick too much with them, because we didn't manage to find things to do together. I know I like went out to eat some food with some of them at some point, but other than that, most of them was kind of busy. Like, I know there were 2 of them dating that lived together. I know some of the others was basically busy working somewhere, and some just had to like drive or take the train. So there wasn't really that much of being like doing things together, and at the same time, like a lot of busy with like the schoolwork and thing. So I absolutely know the feeling, and at the same time, I'm not really like the best at like talking to people either. Like, I can talk to some of my friends now and then, but it's mostly when I have things to say. But yeah, I definitely understand like how you could feel, like if like your brain basically fill in the blanks. My brain does the same thing. PSS, yeah. Trust me, I can do shit like that as well. If there is something that basically goes to my emotions, I can tear up while I actually start talking about stuff. Yeah, I know how that feels. I don't know if you remember, like some week ago or 2 weeks ago, when I just said I was tired and I just streamed and like just needed to do some stuff. That time, my brain just piled up with shit that I didn't need to know, I didn't need to think of, I didn't need to think it like that, but it still continued to pile up. I know how that feels, because to put it simply, it's like your brain is tired trying to fill in a few blanks. And I can absolutely understand it's really awful when that happens. I can't really too much tips about that, because the only thing I've learned myself about that is it can happen a day, then the next day it can be gone, or it can be just slowly but surely disappearing after like 2 days. The only thing I can say, like, it does sometimes help to talk to people, like for example me, like sometimes they don't need to be even having like good answers. It might just, sometimes just listening, or people listening to you is like enough. Because that happened to me sometimes. I talked about shit that's happening that's not really important, but really annoying me, and it helps because I get someone else's point of view. Oh, thank you so much. It's absolutely wonderful having you around here, to be honest, Kenny. There you go. Sorry for the rest of chat as well, wondering what I'm doing. Just talking to a lot of people here in the community, talking about life stuff, because we all need someone to listen sometimes. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me, because we both know the trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. True. But other than that, I can't really give too much of like tips or tricks on how to deal with things. Because I managed to deal with a lot of like, I don't talk too much with my classmates because they're busy with other things, or we don't have things we like together. And I did that by basically going to Twitch and start talking to people there, just listening to their chat. Just listening to them was enough for me. And that's basically also how I managed to learn so many good people through Twitch as well. Because they were absolutely just wonderful people. So everyone has their own ways of doing it, but I absolutely can understand, because when I read that, there are some things there that I feel is so similar to when I basically were about to break down while I was studying. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Right, sir. I'm glad it helps that you're just listening to me, that it helps with that. I'm really glad it actually does. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Wait, worried about her too? You haven't been seeing each other for like 9 years, and you say, oh, I'm gonna go here 2 weeks early. Fair enough in a sense. But yes, I'm glad at least that just me listening to you is good. Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I show all the best sights in this country as offer. Thanks, that would be great. Also, I hope chat hasn't like bugged out again. Don't think it has. Thanks, that would be great. I guess Alby takes his job very seriously. Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves. Jax, you don't have to shove. First up, Temple. Right there in the center of town. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Temple. I'm not gonna try to call it Temple. Temple. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Temple. Much easier for my brain. There's something I need to show. Okay, what are you going to show us? Ah. Ooh, nice. I like the water pathway. I'm glad to hear that, Gani. I'm glad to hear that. Like, I am a person that if I could help someone, it really does make me happy. Because there are some times I would want to help my friends with stuff, and I don't know how, and I don't know what to do. But I'm glad at least I can be here to at least let off some steam, basically, to put it simply. I'm glad for that, actually. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of a town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Kurainism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here in the temple to be a monk someday. I read that the people of this country are all adherent of Kurainism. Jesus, that's a word. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. Yeah, don't worry. Like, if you need to go to sleep and prepare for tomorrow to college and stuff, don't worry about that. Do what you need to do. But thank you for listening, kids. Yes, do have a wonderful rest of your evening as well, Gani, and have a wonderful rest as well. But yeah, for those in the stream chat, as I said, I just like to take care of my community. I like to take care of my friends. So just a little bit of DMs about stuff. So don't worry too much about it. That is why I'm also trying to read everything in chat as well. Because you're all here with me. I am not just here myself. The Holy Mother was the great spirit medium who could communicate with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums became queen to this day. Spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. Spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about a powerful and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. The dance, along with a song of ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. Dance of Devotion has the power of summon... I didn't even click anything. Oh my god, it's going faster. Oh dear lord, I tried to actually keep up, I couldn't. I just realized it went faster and faster. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. You really like your job, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that, you really, really love your country. Well, that sure is true. Like I said, I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. It's interesting that when he talks normally, he has full teeth. When he's smiling, he's missing one. Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you your special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? Don't say that, I was basically talking like 2 hours yesterday about my world building, and then I had like 1 hour to try and make some more stuff. Hope that counted as patience training. And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech. But at the same time, it did say patience training. I'm pretty certain I have a good patience, so I don't think that's too much of a problem with me. I think I can take that away. I'm a bit uncertain if stream still works. Or not stream, chat. If chat still works. Let me just check. Yeah, it seems to still work. Okay, that's good. Just making sure. Because I just removed the text that apparently the chat is broken, but I think the chat is fine now. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Miss Maya's so kinda nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. He's kinda like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Mate, it has been basically 8 to 9 years since you saw her. If you didn't see her in between the first trilogy and the second trilogy, then that's another thing. The only one we have seen is basically Pearls. And that was like last week. Oh no! What's the matter? It's time already. We have to hurry into the temple right away. But fast. Let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too. So give it a read, okay? Let's go. I kind of love this guy because I have worked with sales before. But that was basically in a store. This kid is basically, you can have it, you kind of go, you asked for it, can you pay for it? So it's like, it's very aggressive, but it's not like trying to, at the same time, I don't know, fool people? It's just that if people ask about it, that's what's happening. They asked for something that apparently is a product for him. But I also like how he takes things seriously. He has this thing, which has the song of the origin song. Like, I know you might not be able to speak a language. Here you have an English translation. But why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence dance of devotion. Her benevolence? Okay, I just wanted to be quiet there because I did actually kind of like the song. And everything in between there that just happened was actually really good. I completely forgot how the animation of this was. April 24th, 10:10 a.m. High Court of Kurain accused lobby. I do love it's not like, oh, the defense's lobby. It is the accused. Jesus. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Cause you're foreign, yeah? What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is in trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of a dance performance yesterday and arrested Albi on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albi, so I just had to come and see his trial. The trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Jesus. The worst part is, like, we have seen the guards in the rooms like this, and they're basically just guards. Now we have these things with machine guns. Fuck me. Just great. Well, tell him I'm a lawyer. Yes, I'm a forager, but I'm not your average forager. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Like at home, anyway. What? Lawyer? Oh, that's not possible. What is so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering... Wait! Get back here, you! Okay, so for some reason lawyers are apparently making people shit themselves here. Oh, yo, the animation here. Most of the times when they have animation, they do 2D animation. They actually have a 3D animation now. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing in the court? Oh, the divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Wait, hold on, what did you just say? Wait, hold on, it just began! What the fuck? This was quick. What? A verdict already, but the trial just started. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seal's performance by the Princess Raifa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't. And here we have him. You can guess why he basically is clad in gold here. He is basically the tutorial guy in mostly every single goddamn Ace Attorney game. You can kind of understand why he wears gold here. Well, perhaps not now, but you're gonna understand soon enough. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of the Kuranism, would dare doubt her insight? No believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Her benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg you. Be silent, impotent. Well, Jesus. I'm pretty certain you're about like the same age. There is no merit to be had in indulging the rumblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. God damn, that's a tongue and a half. But what in the world? Oh yeah, by the way, you probably can see now why Claire bears gold. Have you seen the defense stand? There ain't nobody there. There is most of the time nobody there, and it's probably always gonna be nobody there. What in the world is going on here? The judge just made his ruling based on something called divination science? The seance? What is Albi's attorney doing? Wait a minute. Where is Albi's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Okay, I am gonna have to check her age and this guy's age. I'm pretty certain they're both the same age, basically. We're around the same age. So calling him a child is like, mate, have you seen yourself? Doubting the divination seance is tantamount of doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as royal prince and priestess, and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you, impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. Wait, highest? What is the highest? As you command, it shall be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor, Urdihara Kurain. Wait, what is the... Don't... What? I love I just randomly took the fucking style. Like, sure, I am a defense attorney, but for us to basically just like, that seat is not taken, I'm gonna take it as... Aye. Damn, this guy is not stopping. Wait just a moment. Yeah. Me and my big mouth, now what? I don't know, apparently you found one of the worst free seats ever. Mr. Wright, what are you doing, sir? Well, I'm in it now, I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me, who on earth are you? Well... I'm an ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through. Oh, tourist, are you? Happy Barik. I love he just says, oh, you're a tourist. Hello there. Hello there. But more importantly, where's this boy's defense attorney? A defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course, you wouldn't be aware, being a fortune and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the kingdom of Kurain. We leave it all to her benevolent, sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seance determines all. Well, but surely you must see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, your barbed-headed buffoon. If you value your life, you will leave post-haste, or I shall summon the bailiff. The bailiff is that big scary dude with a big scary gun, isn't he? I'm pretty certain it's like 4 times scarier than the bailiffs they had in the other games. I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or 2 as a souvenir of your travels. Phew! I do wonder what the other countries is gonna think of this place, because they are not being illegal here. All they are saying, she is saying, is legal. And I'm just standing here like, if you said anything to this to any other of the countries, I'm pretty sure that would ban anyone from going in and out your country, from their countries. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. Now, hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. Albie. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go and see Miss Maya. But forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure I can find another guide. Well, lots more places I wanted to show you. It looks like I won't get a chance now. Sorry. Poor kid is trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? Oh, okay. I'm gonna defend him. This is bullshit. I do love something. If Meister comes in here and see all this, I just realized me and Meister have been discussing like how badly everything is. It's like this wouldn't go in the real court system. I just realized this thing is nothing more than just fantasy. And how badly everything is here already. If Albi doesn't have a defense authority, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious. Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? Can't do that. So that is basically why the guy was freaking out before, because there are basically no defense authorities here. They are not needed. For him to call himself a defense authority is like, wait, are you someone that doubt people? Like, or well, not doubt people, but doubt the spirits, like, or something similar. I don't know. I most certainly can, don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sort of trials. Well, last time we did this, we had an orca to defend, so I'm pretty certain we can deal with this. Hopefully. Mr. Wright. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you're smart, you will heed my advice. Hello there again. I still cannot see the thing, so for some reason... Who did that? Was it you, Robbie? For some reason I can't see it, because it doesn't pop up in chat. Oh, hi Maestro, welcome to the stream. I'm still on this guy's voice. Welcome. Yeah, chat has been a bit odd, so for some reason I can see chat now, but there are still the things that are kinda effed up, so I couldn't see who actually did hello there. Plus it's very small on my stream screen, so I couldn't see that. But how are you? I hope you have a good Tuesday. We have just begun the third game, and we are... Well, we basically just started defending this guy, but he is already verdicted guilty after a few minutes. Not joking. We rushed through the door, saw the trial, and we heard you're guilty. That's it. That was a few minutes of trial. Not even an hour. Not even a day. Minutes. But if you're smart, you will heed my advice. Not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. I live. Throw this man out. And yeah, here we have the golden boy as well. Your Majesty. Same old, unfortunately. How about you? Can't see the judge do be looking different. Yes, we are in the country of Kuranai. But yeah, I hope we can get better soon. Hold on, we're gonna do this to you as well. But I'm good. Just been just chilling a bit today, looking for work and other things. But yeah, we are in another country where apparently it's very difficult to be a defense attorney. So that is why the technically tutorial guy is clad in gold. Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Miss Payne? Mr. Payne? Miss Payne, sorry. Why don't we allow it, Your Majesty? Why don't we have him defend the accused? It would prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix, right? I do love that that guy basically gave up in his own country, came here and was like, I'm a fucking celebrity. Right, Mr. Whoever you are. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty, and yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to Betsy. What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? Yeah, we aren't really popular here. A defense attorney? Well, that is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. Are you counting in or counting out the 7 years of you not having the badge? I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. I would say none. Your Majesty, would you be kindly allow us to proceed with in the manners of my old country? Mr. Payne, I already made a ruling in this case. And that Mr. Gold has never won a single case against Mr. Right. Yes, but why he's so certain here is because this country doesn't have any goddamn defense authorities. Because they are not needed. That is why he is such a, oh, but why don't we humor him of having him actually try? So then he understands why people don't want to be a defense authority in this country. Call it nostalgia if you will. I am most eager to give it a try. I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with a missus. Your Majesty, I agree we could have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. Hold on, I can't still see. I want to know the age of this girl, because you saw the defendant. It's basically a kid. But I am certain they are around the same age, and she's sounding like she's basically 20 years older than the kid. Basically calling him brat and little kid. I am pretty certain there's around 4 years difference between those two. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense authority in this country. Is that more or less than a decade? A score? Oh, 20. I didn't actually know how much a score was. Thank you for giving me the understanding of 20. Okay. What's the deal with this country? Also, is it just me or is that staff sound kind of satisfying? I don't know why. Mr. Payne, I want that bobbed head brought for me on a stick. I don't want to know where you're gonna put that stick. As you wish, your benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to myself. Very well, Mr. Payne. If it is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. I don't know how to pronounce that word. As for the defense, I hope you're prepared for every eventuality. Clench your butt cheeks, but you're gonna have to be ready. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There, are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. I'm sorry not for remembering you earlier. It's kind of fun for this guy not remembering him. But even though he's the tutorial guy, we always still remember him. That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I always known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? This is way more lawyer hate than ever back home. And they don't see that as an issue. Why does it feel like it is in Thailand, where everything is declared before the trial? Oh, it kinda is. Because, you see, the only thing they need to do is having the benevolence have a seance, check the seance, and that's it. So yeah, they don't see the issue because they only need one thing, the seance. Seance, I don't know. Now, if you would please give your opening argument again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. And yeah, I'm gonna call it that for those who didn't know. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Path Roll, the temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. To kill a guard armed with a gun. It's a terribly bold act. I could agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit the evidence of the victim's autopsy report and the crime photo. Yes, give it to me. I want to read this while we are at chat. Oh, no, at ad. You know what? I'm gonna snooze the ad a bit. There we go. Just because I can. Or I thought I can. Apparently that's also a bit buggy right now. What the hell? I can't push the ad. It's gonna be here in 4 minutes. Wonderful. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in the court as well. Excuse me? It's kind of refreshing, actually. We may rely on the power of the scions, but our police still carry out investigations. Well, am I gonna be thankful for that? I don't really know what to think. Well, mostly it's just bullshit. That's what I think. Thus, the proof is indisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence myself by looking at the court record. Let me just see how thorough your police were, Mr. Payne. Let's check that. Time of death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Yeah, we have the blunt object there, which is basically a big-ass box. Nation of morons. Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna talk against that. I can't actually snooze my goddamn thing. The Dragon Tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. The butterfly embraces the Mithma, the favor of the orb is restored. Song of the ceremony. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, a founding mother. Basically, to put it simple, this is a country full of spirit mediums. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation, and we're here to meet Maya. That's mainly it. We weren't supposed to be here. But apparently the defense seat was free, so we just took it. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such a deed are best described as treason against the crown. Is this the treasure really such a valuable object? How can you ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the Mithma, of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. You don't believe it, do you? Not really, I guess. For some reason it says my ads are snoozed for 5 minutes, but at the same time it says... I am so confused. Twitch is going haywire right now. Of course I believe it. Something tells me I better play along. This kind of evidence is exactly why I dislike the defense authority so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty. What is it now? This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Can I see a photograph of it or something? Well, of all the outlandish requests, your defense authority are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry at me, and are those veins popping out of his forehead? They really don't like defense authorities here. It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. Well, at least you don't go mad, because if you would go mad, I would call that an eldritch relic. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. Yes, there are nations' treasure are off limits to public back home too. True. For the benefit of the shameless, uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. All right. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. Other than the crime scene photo. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple treasure room for about a year. For a special New Year rite that takes place at the Quellas. Therefore, this treasure box has only been seen by a handful of people. Alright. I discussed this before. We talked a lot about how bullshit the court system is normally in this game, but this court system is in another level. I hear there's a string of thefts lately, historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. The excusable thievery of previous nation treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. Yeah, we know that. He actually was our tour guide. That's why we're defending him. Also, I'm pretty certain he's young. He's 9. So I'm gonna guess the other one that says this thing is a kid, or this kid is a kid, must be around 14. Because I can't believe she's older than that. Mostly because she still calls this kid a kid, while being around the same age. No, then. No more questions from the defense, I presume. But just the idea that Ascians is infallible is beyond moronic. Even if they say the dead can't lie, and our mediums are expert, they do realize that in case of the supernatural being real, that they would be malevolent spirit. I don't know how I cannot pronounce that sometimes. Which would lead to many of them probably lying to cause chaos. A nation with the IQ of an amoeba. Yep. That's not only it. Like, I know how they work here because I played the original game. That came out actually 2016. Like, that was some time ago. Not too long, but some time. And it's not so much about the lying. I would say it's more of the point of view that is the issue. But they are basically exactly as you say. The dead can't lie, and what we see is what we see. They are really definitely idiots. Even more! You just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few minutes. Well, he's still planning to go on that thing. Apparently. There's still a lot to know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about? The weapon. True, a point of view is subjective in something like this. Yeah, and basically, that is what they get. They get a point of view. But because there's only the benevolence's point of view, everyone follows it. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it. How utterly reprehensible, using a sacred treasure box for murder. Ooh, great stairs. Nice. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. How big is this box? Because I'm pretty certain it's like half the size of a kid. How could a kid smack someone at the top of the head with it? But the defense is just a little boy. I only think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. A very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid I won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. Okay, fair enough. The accused elevated position would more than make up for the difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, there was apparently nothing more there. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. I wouldn't say flawless, but that part makes sense. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, just one moment, please, for the love of whatever spirit you're actually talking about. The Holy Mother or something. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? No, I told you, I have plans to attend to, and... Oh, I'm late! It started already. How did the time fly by so fast? Because you had fun? I don't know. I do love that this feels like more of a part-time work for this guy. This is not his full work because this never needed more than 5 minutes. He's still stuck on that. We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Well, I guess it depends on what country you're in. Did I say something funny? Cross-examine? What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean? What do I mean by... What do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. Jesus, so I do love they once had it, then it was unnecessary, and then it was just forgotten. Just dust in the wind. And a little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Oh dear Lord. Should I even be surprised anymore? Not really. I still am gonna be surprised, but not really. Anyway, I demand we let the defendant or the accused tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it is necessary, Your Majesty. I do love that we talked about the other judge basically be kind of not there. This guy is just... It's worse basically having to fight the judge rather than having to have the judge actually be able to understand. What harm can it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he will have anything relevant to say. The funny part is he's just playing around right now, Pain, because he's waiting for us to see the holy rite happen. Very well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I better call my wife and apologize for missing the class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. I kind of feel like him right now. I feel like just giving up. There is no idea trying to talk to all of you here. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be Ergane. I'm training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too. Why me? Oh no, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like right now, Mr. Wright is gritting his teeth while talking to this guy. Just tell them that if their way of doing a trial go known to the countries, their country would be made into a laughingstock. They would be called stupid behind the times. Yes, that is true. Also something I did comment before. Her benevolence basically threatened us that don't try to interfere with us or I might call the by leave. Basically a guard with a machine gun. And who knows, you might get some bullets as souvenirs. I basically, not instead of saying they would be a laughingstock, I would say they would be shunned by every other country, making sure that no one from their country can go in or out, basically. They are stuck in their own country. If anyone even know what's going on here. At the defense authority's instance, I might add. He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. I would give this guy a piece of my mind. Well, the defense had better get on with it and make it quick, if you please. The defense... Mr. Wright, I don't know... no, you were a lawyer. Well, I am. And I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be alright. You tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Magataman I gave you yesterday. Was it already yesterday? Fuck, to be honest, I thought it was the same day. Basically just into the court, out again. Albie, what's gotten into you? Don't talk to me, you disgust me. Yeah, basically lawyers are shunned in this goddamn place. It's not like they're not needed, they are basically... Oh, hell nah. Oh, so they threaten. Well, now, unless they are North Korea, I would highly suggest I reconsider how they conduct themselves. Well, to be honest, the bailiffs here have machine guns. I look like Milita. I don't know what the hell they're doing here, but good lord. Now even I'll be against me, but why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright. Being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and the afternoon dance of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. Also, I don't know if they did do that to every visitor. It might just be because I'm a lawyer, and they really hate lawyers, but that still doesn't really give them right to anything. All right. Oh. I completely forgot it looked like this. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never been seen the box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. Oh shit, you lied, kid. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Oh shit, kid, I'm trying to help you. Are you well acquainted with the victim? Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know. I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give up on that and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a god. But at least that way he could still stay on the temple. He was proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things could have been easy for him. It sounds like it's circumstances. I say let him die. He doesn't want your help and even cursed at you. Let him manage it himself. I can kind of understand your reasoning to that, but good lord, that was dark. I can understand the reasoning, but I would say that's more of him being thought lawyers are the devils. It's not him thinking it, it's more of a thing everyone is being thought here as young. Or at least everyone that is younger than 20 years old, apparently. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training. I mean, in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You express yourself very well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? Dear Lord, do I need to take that hammer from you? You're like a kid that's gonna smash a vase or something. If so, let's draw this to an extendious conclusion. But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long, I didn't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. Jesus. Oh, I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examine? First of all, this is basically just a tutorial. So it's like, oh, do I need to learn this? I don't need to learn this. Screw you, Mr. Magistrate. I'm not gonna teach you anything. I better save my breath. It just doesn't exactly seem like a model student. You'll just have to watch and see how it's done. Yep. That's exactly what I think. Dark, yes. But I got no love for people like that. Wright tries to help him, has probably treated him well and been friendly, throw him to the wolves and let him curse his own stupid and chore. As I said, I do agree. I do absolutely agree. At the same time, we've only known each other for like 1 day. I probably should have introduced myself of what I work with, apparently. Didn't know that was a thing. Oh shit, I completely... Oh, no wait, that's the same health that we used to have. For some reason, that kind of confused me. Okay, hold on. Kid, I know you... Okay. The murder weapon, off limits to the public. These photos in the paper are the only ones in existence.
Objection!
But those are in black and white. Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? Oh, kid. I can absolutely understand he adores the way things works here, but good lord, I absolutely agree with you. Just doing this because of that is like, no, just don't. Just don't. I would say the reason I want to defend him is because apparently Maya likes this kid. Because Maya has met him before. And yeah, Maya is not a lawyer. She is a spirit medium, so they at least are friends. I would say that's the reason I do this. That's right, it's forbidden, so I never do that. In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article. Nope, take another look. These photos are in black and white. You can't possibly tell that the color of the butterfly is from these pictures. What do you have in there? Hold on, his bag. Did it just move? Alonga! Beg your pardon, or bless you? Holunka is a word in Koreanese that people use when they're surprised. You just expose a lie. So this is the power of the cross-examination, is it? I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Yes, it does. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only the true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Whatever you do, stop squishing the bag. I know you had food in there, but there's something else than food that's probably gonna be squished soon. Darn, I just can't seem to get him open to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, have you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago, when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't. Well, hi there, Mr. Payne. That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. It does? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions are pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused fingerprints were found on the scroll. Alright. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. Okay, then we know at least he had the scroll. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. Okay, whatever you're doing, you're killing whatever is inside your bag. stop doing that. No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident. So he was in there, but a scroll can be stolen. Fucking doofus, yes. That is true. So this is the power of the cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier the paints himself. Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty. So why did you ever forget that was a thing if you actually do like it? He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. Oh dear lord. Shadow. What do I do? Shadow? Who is Shadow? Shadow the Hedgehog? As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. But whoa, hold on. What, by the way, what did we actually get for something? A notice from the day of the incident, the defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Can I check it? Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, we'll be tightening security throughout, and therefore all of the hallway's shutters will remain shut for the day of the dance of devotion. Okay, interesting. But harmed as we are with her benevolence inside, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. And I guess I just have to poke holes in this insight of hers. Oh, by the way, doesn't this prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne? Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Wait a moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As a defense, I have the right to check it. At least that is something I feel like they would agree with, because they like it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. Well, I believe I know who is in charge of the household. I guess you really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the science. You do? Why is that, Mr. Payne? I thought you want to see it. See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance. And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy. Oh, well now! Okay, apparently managed to find the judge's hobby. I am sure it'll make up for not getting to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound like a worthy seeing. I'll be giving me a juicy tidbit to tell Mrs. He's a bit, he's a bottom. Yeah, definitely. Oh, good lord. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit. Yes, and what a tidbit I will be. I will be a big-ass juicy tidbit. Well, Forge an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when I'm through with this. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrabbling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that awaits him. It has been so long since I actually did Payne's voice. There she is, her benevolence. Oh, your benevolence arrived from Padma Kuranain? Kurain? Jesus. Padma, alright, over in Star Wars. Thank you for coming all this way once again. Wait, was she not still in the room? I know she talked down to both me and the quote-unquote accused. Your great gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. That would be Padma, close but not the same. Fair enough, yeah. It has been a time I actually saw Star Wars. I completely forgot it was Padme, not Padma. Yes. I am told that you question the verdict of the secret divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. But me? I am not. All I want is a fair trial for Albi. You would imply that the trial of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider? How verdicts founded on the trump impaired by the very soul of the dead lack impartiality. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to benevolence in that manner? Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. In what? The hornet's nest or the bee nest? I'm pretty certain the hornet's nest, because if I'm not mistaken, that's worse. Silence, one and all. Is she standing up for me? No, she just wants silence, that's all. Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expressed his opinion. Well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. I don't think so. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourself over. Yep. As I said, you're not with her, she's not with you. She just wants silence. Alright, I take that back. Can we start the science already? None of this prattling can sway the truth of my insight. Rest assured, you will soon see the errors of his foolish ways. Hold on. I'm gonna check now. Can I check now? I was right! I was right. You are still also just a kid, and you call this kid a kid. Like you're like 20 years older. There is something with your personality I definitely don't like. Take those words to the outside and see how cursed you would be. People would almost throw stones at her. Yep. Wouldn't surprise me. And now then, your benevolence, the divination seance, if you would. Certainly. Niana, my robe. Whoa. Holy shit, you're quick. No, she only asked for the robe, not the staff. Those are some hefty bells if they
Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
I didn't predict there was actually going to be a voice for this. That actually kind of silenced me.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay, so here basically comes the reason to why everyone says that guys are guilty. This is the only thing they do, basically. They don't really do anything else. I don't even think they actually used evidence. They had it because the police find it, but they don't need it. Is it wrong of me to actually like this song for some reason? There's something with it. And yeah, this is a bit longer as well. Nope. They may be stupid, but music is music. Yeah, true. Like, there is a game that called, like, Alone in the Dark Inferno or something, or 2017 or something similar, or earlier. They had a similar song, but I liked the song, but the game was absolutely ridiculously stupid. Incense. Okay, that's what you smell. Song of Ceremony, boy's voice. Pain. So that is basically why people believe he is guilty, because that's the last thing the person saw. And as we discussed before, spirits can't lie. Normally, yes. In this way, they can't lie. This is basically an imprint. This is actually what happened. What just happened? An image appear in the pool. Well, now, we didn't see the boy strike. Exactly. We didn't see the boy strike. That's what I said. Everything here is more of a point of view. Another point of view. They see this and see, you were there when he died. You must be the person. Basically, they don't see who's behind them. It's like basically say it like this if you watch like a detective movie. Oh, it must be someone of the people we have on this picture. Alright, that's good, because everyone here was on a vacation where someone died. But they forgot about one thing. The person that actually took the photo. Because yeah, now I'm thinking of not an automatic camera, but then I was thinking of someone actually taking a picture. They forgot there's someone behind. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mithamama. Mithamama. The Domination Seons has revealed this to us. Our benevolence can use a power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the pool is what the role actually experienced. Yeah, because it went black, and the boy was still holding his hand upwards, hinting that someone hit him on the back of the head. Yeah, it was basically, it went black, then pain. Which means like something happened in between there. In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon over his head. I did not see a weapon, I saw him raise his hands. I do that as well when I stretch. That doesn't mean I'm gonna kill somebody. I might kill myself from the stretch, but that's another thing. There has been some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. It looks bad for Albi. Really, really bad. Objection, no weapon was seen. Yeah, exactly. And as they said, as we discussed, he had to lift this thing. Basically, the weapon is the box. I'm pretty certain he cannot stand like that to hold it up there. Now, do you see why the incredible pain? Yeah, you're a pain in the ass. More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? Check them. He smelled shit. Like, for example, we had the notice. When the dance of divination is, all hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. He heard the devotion dance, but still was in there. He smelled incense, which I can't explain yet. Sure, boy's voice, absolutely. There it is, the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see this.
Is it wonderful and gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Do I look that defeated? Now are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is more assertedly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we have been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. The Defense Culpability Act? Wait, do you mean that if I lose as well? Now I understand why there are no defense lawyers. Because if they defend someone... Yeah, because the rest like goddamn brainwashed cultists. Yeah, exactly. So does that mean that if I actually would defend someone and lost, if I would get the same verdict they did? Well, that does explain why there are no goddamn lawyers here, because they're afraid of actually losing. Dear Lord. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? Did you forget something about calling me a traveler? No. Was it all of this hubbub?
Well, well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he also is an imbecile. I arrived yesterday. This girl is really a brat, isn't she? Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would thus support criminals will be deemed just as guilty.
Dear Lord.
In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? I saw one live stream their trials to the world and just watch as the whole fucking world would tear them apart and call them names. Yep. As I said before, I do love we discussed all the wrong things in the normal quote-unquote trials in this game, and now we are here. Under the ZC Act, many authorities has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an authority.
That as it should.
Okay, girl, who hurt you? Who fucking hurt you? Because I'm pretty certain this is nothing to do with what the country wants. I'm pretty certain some goddamn lawyer hurt you. Do you need to see a shrink?
The history of our court proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused.
Well, to be honest, Mr. Right's thing is actually to lie sometimes. I'm hoping he's right, which most of the time he is.
Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Jesus! I have never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? Shrink, she needs more than 2 brain cells that she has. 2 brain cells that fight for a 3rd place. I finished reading that and it... Oh, dear Lord, yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. You win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the Seons and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge.
So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albi.
Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Defense. Now that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albi's reaction earlier. So at the same time, I could understand a bit with the kid. I kind of forgot about that act. But if the kid cursed at me and shunned me, not because of what he believed, but because he understood that I would basically go down with him, I can agree with that. I can agree with him trying to scare me away of not getting here, because no one told me about this. And I guess this kid understood I didn't understand, which meant he just wanted to scare me off. That's a bit more understanding now. Rather basically only hating lawyers. Don't matter say that instead of cursing him. Yeah. That I can absolutely agree that. Start with why you don't want me to defend you. Not try to basically scare the shit out of me and hoping that I'm gonna just walk away.
Your Majesty, isn't a prisoner sentence a bit lenient after all? We're talking about treason.
Do you want Mr. Right to die?
One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Nope, I guess not. Do I look like I'm kidding? Yes, you are, because you look like a joke. I'll have you put your life and your dark-tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening.
The Court of Resignation. A court are well known as thus. Is this land where my seance prove the truth, and no authority can intervene?
Yes, he does. And no one seems to see that all that wants is revenge. He cares not one with their customs or rules. Yeah, no one cares a shit here. It basically is like the seance showed this. That's the truth, we're done with it. I'm pretty certain they don't technically have like any sort of court laws. It's basically like seance, what's the truth? You're accused, there we go, done. They don't really need all the rules, other than we don't need lawyers because if the lawyer is trying to defend someone, they dies. Sort of.
Criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Now, for the lawyer, I ask you one more time. Are you sure you will want to defend the accused? Oof. Here comes the big decision. Do I live or do I die? There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Fuck it, continue defending the guy. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Yeah, because this is basically from the first game. People started accusing him of something in school, and then Edgeworth, who basically wanted to become as his father, started to actually show a lot of the proof things, and everyone just fine with that afterwards. All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Mr. Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subjected to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albi.
What? But, Mr. Wright.
Oh, goodbye. The defendant insists he's innocent, and not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Have her travel to another country that has death penalty and have someone pin a crime on her with solid evidence, although fake, that she's guilty, and don't let her do the seance and see what she thinks of this kind of trial. Yeah, exactly. Because we have been through that before. A lot of false evidence.
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country consider lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me, but I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Barbed-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes.
Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out.
Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
Not a wise move, traveler. Not a wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Sorry to say this, little girl, since he's a lawyer, if you do this, you would create international problems. They really would do. Like, I don't understand why this country is not like this has been for 20 years as well. I don't understand how no one of the other countries has basically, oh yeah, they're basically just executing lawyers in their country. Are they allowed to even do that? Or is any other country gonna even do anything about this? They are basically just been living chill over here. But at the same time, I wouldn't be calling it chill. There are shit going on here, to be honest.
The souls of the departed speaks only the truth. And I but give their message a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
I didn't say it contains falsehoods. It's just not a clear picture. Perhaps you need glasses.
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head.
If it's their own people, other countries can't do anything about it. But if it's this someone from another country, however, then it's a different matter. Can definitely understand that.
With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life.
Aha! I already found a lie here. Not because of the pain, the pain became after.
Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion.
Yeah, I already found something here, girl.
These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down?
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the Seon's vision?
Come to think of it, I did see words. I guess yellow is smell. Green is hearing. I don't know if the pain one is basically the red one is touch, or if that is just pain. Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Sermon and Incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch. All is laid bare in the pool of souls.
So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appear in the vision as words, right? Could also be that he was hallucinating, since there is a smell of incense. Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. You just gave me the ammo I need. Now to find a contradiction between her insight and the Seon's vision. Your benevolence, I ask you that you please show me the Seon's vision again.
Very well.
Yeah, clear as mud. How stupid can you be? Yeah, even I am like, damn, like you don't even realize everything. Looking around, he smells incense, hear the Song of Sermon and boy's voice. There's something going on with a Song of Ceremony. Just like shaking, and then we have pain. But I already saw it. It was basically, he just felt the pain and basically knocked out cold before dying. No, wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? So I found 2 things here. First, I'll use this to make my insight, but that seems off. With the pain, the victim vision. This is also wrong. Yes, this is the inside of that sounded funny. Not for me. Oh, well, yeah, it is, because it's still doing the Dance of Devotion. So technically it's while it's going on, not where after it's going on. This part of the vision doesn't seem to be really... Oh, okay, hold on, I understand what I have to do. It's basically like the lie thing. I'm gonna have to find the thing. So I'm guessing it's not even while it's going on. Alright, it was after. Why the fuck would the song be playing at the moment of the death? Because it was when it started. Now I just have to select the sensation. So it's I would say this is a mix of Athena's emotions and Apollo's lying. Because Apollo's lying is basically, you can't stop the text. It's going on and on and on, and you're gonna have to find what you're looking for. But it's also like, it's have the emotions, or more or less like the senses, like Athena.
Objection!
Wait just a moment.
Yes? What is it, Barbed Head?
Just call me Sonic, that is much easier. You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? You're absolutely right! And you're absolutely blind. Do you need 2 glasses?
Is that all that troubles you?
That depends on. If I need to go to some place at 6 o'clock, is it great to be there at 8? Huh?
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
What, do you mean you do that just afterwards? Oh yeah, I had the song, now I had the Song of Ceremony. Now I'm gonna do the Song of Ceremony again, excuse me? Practice run. What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would.
To be honest, I thought I remembered him having more rings on his finger for some reason. I don't know why.
Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate on this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that the practice session. Oh, there goes my contradiction. Not really, we have another one. Okay, so they were practicing this performance. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. That's the way, your mid-majesty. Well, thank you for actually being able to question something as well. It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way to the treasure room? Oh, thank you, Judge, for actually questioning something out of your own. Therefore, all the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. He's right, it's a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right! That's right! I completely forgot, I almost did a judge's voice, which I can do, but differently. Speakers. Why do you have a speaker in the treasure room? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? There to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the sean's vision. It was the practice going in the performance hall heard over the speakers. Why would the speakers be using during practice? I don't know. I'm kind of baffled about that as well. It's practice. They don't need to do that. But at the same time, just as I had the scuff today with Twitch chat doesn't want to work, it might just be that something there need to be checked as well. Oh, thank you for the explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even for a feeble-minded old man like me. Well, at least we can agree on one thing. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us? Oh, very well. I do love this, that, yeah, she isn't the one to lie, but she's capable of altering her insight. Like, excuse me? You can actually alter the insight. I think I might be getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insight accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I bet I will find another inconsistency, no matter how small. I already found one. It's basically the pain part. It's difficult to basically faint due to pain if you faint first and then feel pain. It's a bit hard to focus on the insight with the sean's vision going. Oh, I can pause? Oh, shit, there. I can pause. Okay, I was... Apparently it's only half as Apollo's. I cannot pause Apollo's. I think I can use Y and Y to jump to different parts of the vision. Okay, nice. Yeah, I know. Oh, like that. Okay, I was thinking of the other one. Okay. Okay, now that I know what I can get around the science vision, it's time to find inconsistencies. Yeah, don't worry, I already found one. To be honest, I found that first rather than the dance thing or the music thing. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark.
Objection!
There we go. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, and as anyone with eyes can see. How many glasses would you perhaps need? I can give you some flashy ones if you want to. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Apparently not, little girl, exactly. You're way too young to do this job because you jumped to a conclusion. And because of you being the holiness or something, everyone else jumped to your conclusion. Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Inconceivable. This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. Your benevolence! What is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. If what the defense say is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we can't ignore. Now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. What is the meaning of this? You've been listening to a little girl, exactly. I think I can clear this up. You have something to say, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one thing clear. And that would be... On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout, in the part of the temple. As I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. Oh, dear lord. He just fucked himself over by saying that. Because if there was actually a power outage, how the hell could he actually listen from the speakers going on electricity? Battery driven? Solar power? Ugh. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail, I'm afraid. It slipped my mind. Are you surprised? He's a fucking boy. Yeah, that is the point of him. He is basically a tutorial guy. But I still love the thought of, oh, we had a power outage, that's why I didn't see anything. But we just mentioned the electronical music. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Why did he hear the speakers then? There was a blackout there, was there? Well, now, that explains everything, does it not? Not really. What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out? No, it does not. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't explain anything. The depths of your insight are inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Hey, I want to live long and prosperous too. Enough applause. You flatter me. I'm gonna flatten you. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information... Oh, yes, of course. I'll alter my insight. One can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment of the blackout begun. So much for inconsistency. Oh, don't worry! They just managed to fuck things over for themselves anyway. I'm having a grand time with this. It's something with, like, they are absolutely oblivious people who's following their rules that other people will laugh at. That when we basically sit here and it's like, oh, you are lying through your teeth and you don't even know it. I don't know, it's just kind of satisfying. That would mean either the boy could tell that a blackout was about to happen, or he has an accomplice. Nothing makes sense with their evidence. Well, it's not an evidence, it's a seance. That's completely different. Mostly because they didn't actually bring out this evidence I have on me until after I actually stood up as a lawyer. They only did the seance. Now to compare the insight with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Oh, I can already dig up some shit here. Don't worry, it's not gonna be too much of a problem. I already found a problem here. I'm pretty certain I'm not just blind as they are and just realizing Song of Ceremony. That's why I put the marks there. Yeah, exactly. The evidence. Okay.
Objection!
They are really not understanding what they put on their own table here. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Please don't say it like that. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? You never know when to open your eyes, do you? Do you know what I would want to see? You know the cats we've been talking about that basically looks up in the sky like they're trying to receive their brain cells. The gaping hole in their heads, that also works. I kind of want her to be like drawn like that, like try to find her brain cells, like coming to me. I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Quranism. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind your tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey? I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple speakers. But then how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out? This contradiction of fact can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers.
Well, impossible.
What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall at all. Right. The Sagan couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. That could make sense. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What?
You can't be serious. There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the persecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence insight. Then I just wonder, like, they are warning with basically death sentence. How many people have gone to death sentence because of this so-called evidence? Like, Jesus.
He'd not hear his forked tongue, Your Majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer. A feeble refuse from a feeble mind.
But the contradictions revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense assertion is in the end meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different. It doesn't change what we've seen with the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insight still stands.
I would say a lot. I'd say when right wins, pain and her benevolence could have the same punishment. Kinda. I don't think it would ever go through with her with the thought of her being the benevolence, but pain, yeah, probably. I hate to admit it, but she is right. The Sean's vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
I doubt that the defense can dream up an explanation as to why.
Oh, I definitely can. I cannot explain why he stands up there. But let us easily say it like this. I don't think we have a map. Right? No, we don't seem to be able to have a map yet. But you did see a map before. There was a treasure room. Beside the treasure room was a storeroom. In the middle of those were a staircase. Now, they already explained that the kid had to stand on top of the staircase. But I'm pretty certain they lead up to the ceremony. That mostly means that he can't have the box because it didn't come from that room. It came from up top, not down below.
The accused had his hand up over his head.
Well, this defense dared to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive.
You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insides, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claims. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if you find you're just wagging it.
I like wagging my tongue. I kinda want to keep it there. Of course I can back up my claims, just as soon as I think of something. You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I'll give you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it. Mate, you already asked me to stake my life on it. How many lives do you think I can stake? I am not a cat and I'm not a steak.
I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. Oh, yes, let's have the Bailey fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop. Stop, please, for the love of God.
I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one.
Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Thanks, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? Ah, so that's why. The reason the defendant has his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. Oh yeah, his gun is, what is it? Not unlashed? Unleashed? I don't know. Unsealed?
Take that!
As in the Sion's vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both his hands over his head yesterday. Oh, you did? When did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Are you saying? The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposed that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, and that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air.
Well, who would have thought that the Sion's vision could be interpreted that way?
Us? Because we know there are different views of things?
This is not possible. It can't be.
Not bad for a total knockout. Daruk. Traitor Snake Daruk. Who's that? I don't know.
No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
I can say this. There is no contradiction in the vision. But there is definitely a contradiction with how she sees it.
That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for less majesty. Less majesty.
What? These people are definitely not my fans right now. Jesus! Peace! Give me peace! I said peace! I do love his called judge, but they call him the great like the magistrate. Now everyone calm down. Huh? Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted authority a suitable punishment. No, I can't charge him with less majesty. I don't know why I wouldn't say like majesty. I don't know if that's even the thing to pronounce it as.
What? What? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. The only black-hearted bastard here is Pain, yeah. Like, I can say this. I'm not gonna agree with her benevolence. I'm not gonna ever agree. The only thing I can say here, she's not black-hearted. She's a brat. She's a kid. She don't understand. Am I gonna forgive her? Am I gonna agree with her? No. I can at least say that this has nothing to do with her basically going against us. It's basically her not understanding what the hell is going on. Pain, on the other hand, definitely. He is trying to get us away from here so he doesn't lose. There is nothing awful about that.
But, Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict, and then you can go home and make it up to your wife?
We can't end the trial now, when we just learned new information about the case.
What? Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insights contained a contradiction.
Truly shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, just the things that never occurred. To be honest, I don't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. And it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. I can say this, the way they deal with things is not right, but they still have the law, which is still good. Which is, as he says here, we found proof, we found inconsistencies, which means he cannot just say they don't go through. They are still a part of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer.
Jesus. No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, Your Benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom. Royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know.
Your Benevolence! I don't think she has ever been talked down to in her entire life, and I love it. Please, acquiesce thee in this, Your Benevolence. If looks could kill, armies would crumble.
I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
My leave, please, Her Benevolence, out.
Your Mathima will face the due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there will pluck the barbs right up your stupid head.
I'm pretty certain this girl is worse than Von Karma. The girl one. This is why religion should never have a place in politics or in a trial room. I can agree there.
I hope your suffering will be super duper painful.
And now there we have the kid talking. Okay. Yeah, now her bratty side popped out. I'm impressed she managed to keep her composure for this long, but I just love how her brat side just popped out now. Yeah, she's still just a teenager after all. No, she's a brat. She's a kid. She's not a teenager. She's a brat. And now then, Defense Minister. Light, was it? That's right, you Magistrate. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Oh my god, he actually apologized. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Magistrate. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This does not mean I trust you completely. You trust the law. I'm glad with this guy. Like, yeah, he trusts the priestess, he trusts the benevolence, he trusts the spirit thing, but what he trusts most of all is the law. So if anything goes against anything of the else, he is still, I am gonna do this through the ways of law, not the ways of how people believes. I will be keeping an eye on you, so don't even think about lying in this court. I understand you, Madam Magistrate. Phew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial.
Arguments, Your Majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge.
What's with him?
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright, is just too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne?
The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in this case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you it's the chief prosecutor.
Do you want me to call you Golden Boy instead, then? Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would a victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused?
Oh,
indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft.
I completely forgot he said himself that the kid has to stay on top of the stairs. He's about to be former prosecutor. Yep, definitely. He's gonna go home and cry to his brother again.
It's the only logical explanation.
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. In that sense, yes. If we don't know any context, it could be he is a guard, he's aiming at someone he is supposed to aim at. But there's also another thing. He might just have to aim at someone because he's doing something else.
It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I do have to agree.
Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure.
Yes, but it's not the only logical conclusion. Yeah, exactly, it's not the only logical. As I said, it could be that Roll tried to steal someone else something, and while the kid was in his way, he pointed the gun at him. Two logical conclusions. Either a guard, or he was the one thieving.
The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room.
Ugh.
A hard truck for moving heavy treasure around is the one in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
And after all that hard work to knock down those insides, backed into an old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have any rebuttal? Or again, he was hallucinating, hence why we saw what happened. Yeah, could be as well. Also, look at where the gun is on the picture. Oh yeah, hold on. It is still in the holster. But you also have to think this, it's also unlatched. It's not stuck in the holster. It is unlatched, which means that at some point he might have had the gun out or been prepared to take the gun out. I'm drawing blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I asked you a question, defense. I got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing I can do is point. This point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? True, but if you had the gun out, why is it in the holster? And if someone put it back, why would they not fasten the cover properly? I don't know, actually. That's the thing. I feel like what is most other with the gun is not that someone might put it back or it was never taken out. It is actually that it is unlatched. And it is basically unlocked. That is like the weirdest thing with it. Like it was supposed to be used or has been used, but is back there. Or it has never been used, but is still unholstered. And like, why? Or unlatched. You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap, and you will dirty your own soul. You do understand he's gonna get the death penalty no matter what, really. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't you trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're technically here to meet Maya, but we apparently is 2 weeks early. She's still in training. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they were bad. Bad people who help dirty criminals go free. Never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his life for me. I never would ever imagine it. Albie? So that's why I lied. I tried to save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. What? Allow me to explain. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went to the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box.
Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right, it's covered in this special mineral called fluoronite. That makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours on the temple if they did?
If only he applied so much passion to tell me the truth earlier. I love this kid just because of like all of him is like, he knows how to sell things basically. He knows how to do things. At least as a tourist, tour guide, that's what it's called, not tourist guide. Yeah, you see here, if he actually stole the thing, he will be downstairs, not upstairs. So if he actually had the thing, that would mean that the guard either was like sleeping in the storeroom, heard everything and went out and got knocked on the head while he was leaving. But if he actually tried to go down there and the guard stopped him, then basically he could have not done it because he didn't even have the box yet.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure bar room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs.
Oh, so those were not the treasure room stairs in the science vision.
No, they were the great stairs that connect to the hallway.
Makes sense, the vision wasn't clear enough to show us what at the top of the stairs.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun at me and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all.
Wait, he had a scarf over his mouth? Yeah, that could actually do, because he had it around his neck. Just then the power went out, so I took the chance to hightail it out of there. Ran for my life. Even now, even I try to think back on it. All I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all of this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech! One that confirms my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misheard the situation. Or misheard the situation.
With the smoke, there are fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Pain. Shut the fuck. We don't need brainless comments right now. Yeah, exactly. We already have enough of that in this whole goddamn country, I would say. Why does every new piece of information have to be so incriminating?
Shadow. What did I do, Shadow? But what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of this round, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then just after that, he ran into the accused Alba or gate. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
Nope. Wait, what just popped up? Ah, puppy! He was hiding a puppy. What now? Oh, that's Shadow. It's not a hedgehog, it's a puppy.
Hey, Shadow! Down, boy.
Well, what do we have here?
I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what we're making his bag move. It's kind of adorable how it's actually capable of standing on its head.
You can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him?
Huh. Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
I beg your pardon? You don't think I'm cross-examining an animal, are you? Oh my god, if we're actually gonna do that... Not this time, anyway. Now we've already apparently done it twice already. Apparently a parrot, which I forgot, and an orca just a week ago. Well, 2 weeks ago, I think. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd been have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. Oh, trust me, you would not be the first judge to do that. I think I'd better reassess my strategy on fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim or were sunk. While it's true that the defense was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at the time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach already.
Exactly, I mean, who but accused standing in front of the center could have done it? Unless you can back up your claims. It's nothing more than a conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of for something convincing. Where else could a victim have been struck from? Here.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible the victim could have been struck from the back? From behind, you say? I see, yes. I suppose it's so not outside the realm of possibilities. Good, now at least I have some breathing room. But why do you suppose he could have been? The true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. But the true culprit, but I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that? I should have known I had to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the culprit tried to escape. But then Roll appeared making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the end of the hallway.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjectures.
I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area?
I don't know.
Okay, the puppy is absolutely adorable. Just sitting there.
Like, might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs. I couldn't see the end of the hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss.
Oh! Shadow says someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad this testimony is inadmissible. I think this is a joke. Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person, but that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
You desperately flundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sing.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident.
And how can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness.
What?
Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
Oh yeah, there was only two people there. The accused and the one banged in the head. What about the witness then? Calling an eyewitness to the stand, huh? Well, isn't that fucking convenient? Exactly. It has been decades since that's happened.
And unlike the defense witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
What a low blow. Bite his golden ass. Very well, I will allow it. And now for something we have not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. And also, yeah, we already know who killed the guy because there was actually a cutscene, and this guy was behind the body.
Witness, please, state your name and occupation,
So it's not really a spoiler. It was actually in the cutscene, and most of the time when there is a test trial, they often do that. Show exactly who did it. Peace Lubin and instandin. I feel like it's some sort of pun. I was about to say it looks sus as fuck. Yeah, I can agree. Okay, so for me it feels like the second part of the name is and I stand in. Peace Lubin and I stand in. Can anyone actually figure out what to even call this guy? I'm gonna call it and stand in. Because that's apparently the name that is written above there. Peace Lubin and the stand is the name. I'm like, Temple's headman. Can you dig? No, if it is a day structure and is standing. P something and I standing. Yeah, exactly. You're the eyewitness? Instructor. Not only is Mr. and I'm standing Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalan expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalan? Ah, check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader, me and only groovy, right? Bet you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. That's the song of the Dance of Devotion. Oh, right on, brother. The song of ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my little girl here, you dig? He feels like a hippie version of Galvin. What's his name? Song of Ceremony, a song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sound of my Damalan serve as my offering to you. Ah, wonderful, a great performance as always. Ah, this is my thing, you know. My bag, I make instruments speak, baby. Oh, by the by, Magister Pops. No Damalan class today. No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wants to attend was a Damalan lesson. Ah, well, know what they say, baby. Never trust a lawyer, man. Okay, he definitely feels like a hippie Gavin, to be honest. Really. But transgressions against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice.
Well, thank you for your cooperation, Mr. And I'm standing as a treasure's keeper. You must be shocked to learn it had been stolen.
Oh, isn't that bloody convenient? The keeper of the treasure, the only one able to see it and touch it and fondle with the ball. Yes, because the treasure is a ball. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. I am standing. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna check something here. I feel like I heard something. Nah, I was thinking wrong, I think. Hold on. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, that was the wrong thing. I thought it was a song, but it's not I am standing. Or and I am standing. I thought it was basically a pun for a song. Ah, that's right, brother. This here, the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times, you dig? Did you stop making a sound with that? Huh. Is it not convenient? The box is unlocked. Not broken open, but unlocked. Ah, but the sneaky thief would have cracked open that sucker anyway. Ah, total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? Ah, you know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key. And it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at the temple. The Magatama key, huh? Do I still have my Magatama on me? I feel I'm gonna need it at some point. And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. Oh, am I even gonna face Her Holiness again? I hope you didn't meet her on the way out then. Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Her infinite mercy? I'm getting a feeling that everything with her power here has no mercy at all. Ah, please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Because they're absolutely the most wonderful to break.
Mr. And I am standing. You witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room.
You know it, baby. Best believe I scooped that tiny transgression. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing naught but the truth. I swear to bring hit me. Oh, dear Lord. I'm gonna listen to this thing, and when we get to the cross-examination, I am gonna save and end the stream. Is it gonna be automatic? Oh, it's not gonna be. Okay, good. After the morning dance of devotion, I go back to my chamber. I go to the ocean. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey, Jesus Christ. Try my best to try and actually sing this. And the small footsteps I can quite clearly hear. If anyone to the treasure room goes near, I'll be was only one. Yeah, okay, you already said that. Before the black one other than raw, only alibi to the treasure room did stroll. I feel like I kinda lost his voice while I'm trying to actually sing this shit. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Can you believe Mr. Roll bit a big one after that, harsh man? I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, mister? And I'm standing. What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness then. I would say most of the people who finds the body is basically the killer because they found it and made it. Oh, that's right, brother. After the Black Adder went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circus bus is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job. Where is your chamber? I guess the chamber is his chamber. You feel me? Oh, no. Oh, it's there.
The breaker are in the first floor hallway in the front of the storeroom. On the way I got a
whiff of something funky. Blood, man, really harsh, my mellow. Wait, so you mean your chamber is... No, it says that your chamber is up there. But was also convenient. Oh, I just went down and actually turned on the breaker because it's close to my chamber. If you actually were down there, you were the one that actually fixed the blackout as well. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what it was. I was like, oh man, there was poor Mr. Roll dead as a doornail. I really like making voices to these games, to be honest. It's really fun, but sometimes, oh my god, trying to make them, or trying to even figure out what voice to give them.
In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. I'm standing on a certain syllable account is what led to the accused arrest.
Hold it. Is it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion?
I am afraid that is not possible. The victim was in the performance hall on the very end of the dance.
It was.
Would you like some proof? How is this? A photo of that morning dance of devotion taken by a tourist.
Yeah. The problem is there is also another person there. The guy dying, which means he was not where he was when he died. Oh my, what a graceful dancing! I can almost hear the sound of Mr. And I am standing. Right now. He's right, there is Mr. Roll on duty. Yeah, both of them are there.
Never underestimate the incredible pain.
So, in addition to Raifa's insight, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? As a monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family, can you dig? I should have thought I'll be better man. Before Her Holiness the Holy Mother. Jesus. Oh, I'll be confess your sins, my young brother. Jesus.
Head monk, and I'm standing. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. Because I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother.
Oh, what? Bogus little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? I'm really annoyed by who's singing, to be honest. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose you could forgive him in this realm first, huh? Defense, please begin your cross-examination. And here is where we're gonna end. I'm probably gonna be a lot confused when I start next week. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna end it here because I am 10 minutes over, but that's because I kind of wanted to find a good place to save this.